Yo, what is up, YouTube, man? What's up, Raider Nation? We're back at it with another video like usual, man. As I always like to get this video started off, man. Huge shout out to the guys, Nation who's been rocking with me. Really appreciate you guys. We did surpass 100 subs a few days ago. You know what I mean? I'm super stoked. Can't wait to get these Raider hats out to you guys. 400 more subs, and we'll be shipping those out. Let's get us there, man. You know what I mean? Let's get to you guys these Raider hats real quick. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, we got a lot of things coming this year, guys, for the season. We got a fantasy draft coming, game reviews, reaction videos, a bunch of new things coming out, guys. So stay tuned. Really appreciate everybody rocking with me. But today, guys, you guys can tell by the title, man. You know what I mean? The Browns are doomed. You know what I mean? They have got players in these last years and pretty much, without their football career that have just had bad luck with the law, who just don't know how to follow rules. You know what I mean? Um, and it's kind of crazy to see, bro. Like it's crazy how much talent this team picks up, bro, and it's crazy how much of that talent has been wasted. You know what I mean? And I know a lot of these guys did that. I'm gonna name. I have a list of guys. I know a lot of them did, make it back into the league and did what they had to do. But just when you see these lists of guys, it's like, man, like how do you guys always happen to draft the thugs? Like these motherfuckers draft thugs, bro. Like no matter what it is, the Browns they love gangbangers. They love I don't know what it is about the Browns. They like the rah rah, bro. They like all the hype. You know what I mean? They like all that shit. Um, but you know what I mean? When I'm gonna list off these players, man, and it's like, damn, like how do you guys happen to grab these people who just have bad, outside of the football game, they just have bad, skills. They have bad calls. You know what I mean? They don't know what the hell they're doing out there to get all this money. They act a fool. You know what I mean? Next thing you know, they're in trouble. Just like you guys, I'm a Raider fan, guys. So as Ruggs, you know what I mean? We seen what he did, bro, which was pretty stupid. You know what I mean? He had his career set, bro. Dude was really going to be a great wide receiver, I think, in the league. You know what I mean? He was on his way to pass up 1,000 yards that year that he did catch that murder. But as we know, guys, living in Vegas, you could drink all night. Party city, and just him being in the wrong environment with the wrong people. You know what I mean? He just got a little too drunk that day and ended up taking somebody's life, man. And you know what I mean? Now he's suffering the consequences, lost his career, spent time in prison, spent time in jail. You know what I mean? I'm sure he has to reflect back all the time on, seeing that person dead or, you know what I mean, waking up like, what the hell did I do? So, it does play a big role. But let's get into this list real quick, guys. I got a couple guys on here I wanted to talk about. First up off the rip, guys, we got Quinshon Judkins, running back from Ohio State. Took in the second round, guys. And really, this is a guy that I thought would have been drafted in the first round. I thought he had a lot of potential to really go high. You know what I mean? And especially there's a lot of teams that did need running backs. I did think Judkins was one of those top tier guys this year. Even as a Raider fan, I wouldn't have minded waiting out to the second round to grab him, or even if he would have followed later, I wouldn't have minded grabbing him. But just to see a guy, dude, with that caliber kind of ball game to him, you know what I mean, that has really an effect on the field. To see a guy like that go in there and catch the DV charge, you know what I mean? It did say that he struck the lady a few times. You know what I mean? It's just like when you see these things, it's like, man, you have to be a little smarter, bro. You know what I mean? You have a great career that's paying you millions and millions of dollars, bro, that everyone wishes they were in your spot. You know what I mean? And you can't afford to blow it, man. Another guy who got lucky too that I wanted to bring up was Xavier Worthy. You know what I mean? He had, some run-ins this year too with the law. You know what I mean? I believe it was a domestic case as well. But, he got really lucky with his thing. Huge shout out to him, Fresno guy. You know what I mean? Shout out to Xavier Worthy. But you know what I mean? With Quinshon Judkins, guys, being the guy that they're going to lean on this year, you know what I mean, to go in there and take, take over for that running back room. I felt that was a huge mistake. You know what I mean? And we'll see how he bounces back from this. You never know how the league might play it. Sometimes they want you out. Sometimes they'll suspend you for half the year. You know what I mean? Sometimes they'll just have you pay a fine. But I do think now with the world getting a little more soft, getting a little more, you know what I mean? I feel like they're gonna really slap it on Judkins this year. I don't think it's gonna be a slap on the wrist. I think they're really gonna hit him hard. You know what I mean? And it sucks that he has to go through that, but we'll see what happens. Another guy, another name I wanted to address was Shador Sanders. You know what I mean? Shador Sanders, obviously, supposedly going to be a great quarterback. You know what I mean? And to see him just go out there and be reckless too, two driving tickets, speeding tickets at that over, I believe one of them was over 100 miles an hour, if I'm not mistaken. So when you get guys like that, bro, who are supposed to really come in here and be somebody, and you get all these guys that are flopping for you, just even outside of the football world, bro, like you can be a dog in a sport, but when it comes to the outside world, bro, you have to be mature, you have to be responsible because you got to think about it, bro. You got a bunch of these kids looking at these players, you know what I mean, who want to be like them, and when they got guys out there drinking and driving and killing people and you know what I mean, beating girls up and doing all this shit, bro, it's like you're setting an example for this young life out here. Uh, you know what I mean? So to see Shador Sanders, man, go in there and do that, I know it's not nothing too crazy, but what if he would have killed somebody? What if he would have hit somebody? You know what I mean? Bystander, you never know. And you just got to be on your P's and Q's, man, especially from being the son of Dion, bro. I thought he would have been a little more in line. You know what I mean? I thought he would have been a little more on his game with all that things. And another guy, though, Deshaun Watson. You know what I mean? We seen what he went through, bro. He went through hell with this team. You know what I mean? With the whole sexual assault thing. I mean, he had dozens of girls, bro, trying to take him to court for this. And you know what I mean? It sucks to see that guy with that much talent get thrown away like that. You know what I mean? You have these guys that are out there with good talent, bro, that are wasting it. You know what I mean? And it seems like the Browns, they just can't get over drafting these people. You know what I mean? We got Quinshaw Judkins, domestic violence. Michael Hall Jr., domestic violence. Shador Sanders, speeding tickets, two of them. Deshaun Watson, sexual assault. I don't think he got sentenced yet or he got hit with anything. I think I don't know how that's going, but that was a big thing. Lonnie Phelps got a DUI. Malik McDowell, public exposure. Greg Robinson caught with 157 pounds of weed. Josh Gordon, as we all know, great wide receiver, guys. He was caught with a DUI. Um, but yeah, just me looking at this, you know what I mean? I wanted to touch up on it because it seems like the Cleveland Browns, bro, cannot take a break from getting these guys that are causing problems outside of the football world. You know what I mean? And we got to shine light on these guys. You know what I mean? You got to really pay attention to who you're getting in college. You got to really do background digging. You got to really do where they're coming from, how they were raised. You know what I mean? Because that plays a lot into how these guys act off field, bro. You know what I mean? You get these kids, bro, that are born from, you know what I mean, the hood, bro. They don't like they just don't got that kind of maturity in them. They don't see the world how other people see it. You know what I mean? We're all brought up different ways. Everyone sees the world different. Some people have different struggles than others. You know what I mean? But when it's just the Browns, they have to really dial in on this, bro, because these players that they're grabbing are really crushing them. You know what I mean, guys? And you can't just go in there and you know what I mean? You got to do better when it comes to these draft picks. Now, I know they're all good names and they guys all have great talent. You know what I mean? And they proved themselves in college and even in the NFL, most of them. But you know what I mean? You got to do a little more digging. It's not just how they play. You know what I mean? You got to look how these guys act off the field. For instance, too, look at Johnny Manziel, guys. I thought he was a great quarterback. You know what I mean? I love Johnny football. But the dude, I mean, and you know what I mean? And that's probably why he did mess up going to you know, when it came to NFL was he didn't mature the right way. He didn't take his time, bro, to really sit down and mature as a person, as a human being, as a man. He kind of just went out there and partied hard, which you know what I mean. Have fun, do your thing. You only live once, man. Just don't live it too fast. You know what I mean? But you just got to be on your P's and Q's, bro, outside of the game. You know what I mean? That's 50-50, bro. If you can't be good outside of the football game, you know what I mean? How are you going to be good on field? You got to be locked in. You know what I mean? But and that's another guy. You know what I mean? Johnny Manziel, he went pretty much. I know he's doing his thing now, but he pretty much went and wasted his career. He got paid, but you know what I mean? You can have a greater, longer career with more money. You know what I mean? If these guys can get their heads out their ass, and I'm hoping Quinshawn Judkins, man, he can come back from this, and really do something big because I do feel like Quinshawn Judkins, he can be one of them guys in the running back draft this year. I feel like he's one of them dudes who really got potential. You know what I mean? And it's sad to see these guys just blow their lives away, blow their careers away, millions of dollars, bro, to set their families up for generational wealth. It's just crazy to see that. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much all I got here today. I wanted to jump on here and talk about these Cleveland Browns, and they just not catching a break, guys. That's just what it is, man. They have no luck grabbing anybody right now. I think they need to switch to that, man. Charles Woodson, you gotta get in there and do your thing, boy. Get in there and handle that. But appreciate you, Raider Nation. Catch you guys on the next one. Take care. Go Raiders.